G'day everyone, just have to make another video. This is an Inca doorway and, you know, I've seen this before somewhere and it's not in Peru. Just burn this doorway into your mind. That's another Inca doorway. That's another Inca doorway. And essentially it's the same as the last one actually. And this is essentially an architectural technique that we see in Irish monasteries. And I know this because I spent a lot of time going around Ireland, about 8 weeks, and I was bicycling around and visiting all these old ruined monasteries that Henry VIII destroyed. And I saw these doors in Irish monasteries, on Irish religious buildings, and these buildings, we don't even know when they were built. I'm going to go through photos, that's me, and I was cycling over to this place, Kilmacduagh, and I was just looking on Wikipedia now. This place, that's what it looks like from a distance. It was built 600s to basically the late Middle Ages, when Henry VIII ruined everything. And that tower there, it's like an ancient skyscraper. It is at least 1,000 years old. And that's not me saying that, or that's not just anybody saying that. That's what it says on Wikipedia, you see. So anyway, Ireland looks like this. Is grass everywhere. And you get closer, and lots of these round towers, they have awesome precision. It's just amazing. And look, there are different types of doors. This looks like it would have been the house of the abbot perhaps, but in much later times, later than the tower. Look at this door. There are different doors in this complex, and I'm going to show you an Inca door because this place was operated for almost 1,000 years by different people. So you look at this style. Don't know how old this is. I think it could be late Middle Ages, so I'm talking maybe 1400s. I'm guessing. That is, and this place is called Seven Churches. Lots of places in Ireland are called Seven Churches. Over here you have almost cyclopean-like masonry, but this is not concrete. They've just fitted together what they could find, and there are different. Everything was built at different times, rebuilt, remodeled. They moved doorways around. They blocked up doorways, as I'll show you. It's really a beautiful place. It's a pity some of these buildings were actually locked, and it said get the key from the caretaker, but where does the caretaker live? There was no one here. And all over Ireland you see these walls, this rubble. Yep, there's a lot of it. There's an inscription. Someone was here in 1797 and he decided to tell everyone. That window, okay. Yeah, you see how this was all remodeled. There was some window here, and there are different bricks here to the rest of it, but I'll show you really good examples pretty soon. Now that's one type of door, a very early door that could be over 1,000 years old. That's pre-medieval. In the High Middle Ages, the 1100s, the 1200s, they did doors very differently. Arches, very beautiful. That's an old one, but that's not the Inca door I was talking about. These would be High Middle Ages doorways, arches. That's a probably very late one. That's a beautiful one. This looks like it's been remodeled, it's been fixed up. But yes, it's High Middle Ages, basically 800 years old. There you go, look at that. I saw this blocked up doorway and I was thinking, that's interesting. That's not even an Inca looking one. I've got more. I've got plenty to show you. I mean, like, this is a weird one. I was thinking that stone looks like some megalith or something, and I'm actually looking in a window because this place was sealed up with the telephoto lens. So I'm not even in there. But from the outside of the building, it looks like that. And you see it's wider on the bottom than it is on the top, which is rather interesting. And that is Inca-like. there are stories about saints, Irish saints. They decided to head south east, essentially southwest, sorry, into the Atlantic, and they found cities and temples. So I'm wondering, either these guys were the Viracocha, or they were just tourists. And so either they were the original Viracocha, or they were tourists who reaffirmed for the natives in America the Viracocha legends. And did they bring this style with them back to Ireland? I think so, because this style was probably worldwide for a very long time. So that's amazing. So it's just there, you see. It's just hiding an ancient doorway, which it's got these Inca-like angles. You see. I think that's amazing. Okay. And there's more. There's a lot. So there I'm pointing out. I'm saying, hey, look at this. Look at this rock. You know. And this is another thing I wanted to show you. Look at the masonry here. In a different part of the church, over on this side, it's all more regular. Here, next to the Inca-looking door, it just happens to be a more cyclopean megalithic style of masonry, and they've just fitted it together with all sorts of little rocks, whatever they could find. They haven't carved this in any particular smooth style like in Peru. It's all very different. Okay. Some of the masonry, I thought that was a bit bizarre, you know. They're really trying to fit it all together as well as they can. Some huge blocks as well, like this one, you know, or this one. It's a mess, you know. Yeah, there you go. I'm saying how messy it is. It's just, anyway. Yeah, see, I was unable to get in here, but that's from the other side, and yeah, there you go. That's what it looks like. Bizarre. So this building has different types of doors. That's another door. And so at least one of these doors is inspired by perhaps something they saw in America. Or these are the Viracocha, the redheads. Irish, a very red-headed place. That's another Inca-like door. It's a little bit different. Actually, there are some Inca houses with doors just like this. They're just a long block going upwards, and then there's just this. This is a different type of door, looks medieval. You see, what I was showing you was something from the Dark Ages. And now this is Middle Ages. This is English dominion, the English took over, and this was actually a dark age for Ireland when the English took over. Their real glorious time was the European Dark Ages. And again, different styles of windows. Here you have these sort of newer, rounder windows, and here you have these old, smaller, square windows. Again, that's amazing place. A mason's mark. Cyclopean, like, look at that. Look at that. It could be all one rock, I guess. This is a round tower. So it's Cyclopean, like on the base of the tower. This tower at Kilmacdur, it's 1,000 years old, you see. This thing is ancient. And better built than anything else around here, except maybe those Inca doors. Okay, now we are going to look at another place called, yep, thumbs up, Glendalough. And actually that's the same, yeah, that is another style of Inca door. What am I pointing to? I'm pointing to, yeah, strange rocks, okay. There we go. Weird. It's just weird. They decided to make weird patterns in some of these rocks, decoration or something. See an older style window there, a newer style Gothic window. That's a Roman window, Roman style. That's a Gothic style. Both continental influences. Okay. In Dublin, or Dublin, as they call it, this is a tower, and it's a round tower, and you look at that door, it's Inca-like. You see, there we go. That speaks for itself. These are 1,000 years old, or over 1,000 years old, and it's wet as anything. I am absolutely soaking the camera. I even stopped working after too much Dublin weather, you know, just too much weather. Too much wet. They call it soft weather, you know. Now, we are going to look at Glendalough, and Glendalough is simply, absolutely, it's, how do I describe, it's just absolutely exquisite. It is just unbelievable. Look at that. Beautiful, natural scenery. It's just unparalleled. I walked all around there. Anyway, I had this place to myself for a few days because all the tourists come in the middle of the day and then they leave. They leave in the evening. They're not there in the morning, so you can check out everything yourself. And this doesn't look Inca, doesn't look, I don't know what that looks like. That's a very old church. This is St. Declan's Church. This place should be like Machu Picchu or like Tiwanaku. It's amazing, you know. Old stuff. Yeah, I want to show you. I want to show you this. Okay, here we go. This is at sunset, and I call this the Gate of the Sun because basically I was here 3 weeks before the summer solstice. By the way, look at that door. Just look at that door. This is a sun here, or it's a Roman. It's a bit bizarre. That's not a sun at all. This has been modified. Look, that's one type of architecture. That's another type of architecture. They made it almost look like a Roman door, but it's actually commemorating the sun. This is, I was thinking, why is this Christian? This is solar worship right here in Ireland. This is a gateway of the sun. The sun was pouring in essentially on the solstice, and you see what I mean? You see that shadow? It's pouring in directly. Summer solstice. And you look at that door. Okay. We're going to look and we're going to compare that to, you know, something like that or something like that. And you can see how this is recessed just like that. I think this is very much like you see. And even the huge blocks, the usage of huge blocks, then it was demolished, they leveled it, they left that, and in the Middle Ages they built this, and they actually tried to make it look a bit less pagan. They put that there to make it look Roman, you see, an arch. But anyway, yep, huge crosses, an old church. There we go, there we go, you see that door? I mean, there we go, Peru. I mean, look, it's even got the angle. I mean, if that's not proof that there is a link between Ireland and Peru, you know, that's proof right there. That's another gateway in that same church. And you see, I've got my hand in front of my face, and the reason for that is the sun's in my eyes. It's directly in my eyes because it's astronomically aligned. There we go. It's like it's shining in my face. You see. It's sunset. No tourists. What you do. If you go here, just walk around and you wait for the sunset. The tourists disappear. It's beautiful. And then the following into the hostel. Following morning, I'm up. It's freezing, and no tourists. So again, the gateway of the sun. And you look at that recess Totally Inca. The huge blocks. If you didn't see that, that would look like Peru. You even see strange cyclopean-like workmanship here. They cut the blocks certain angles to fit other blocks, you see. Or even this angle here, I'm very interested in this here. That angle there. It's as if they were trying to do what they could do in Peru, but these people didn't do it the same way, and this is not concrete. It's not, it's just carved. Very old churches. By the way, if you've been to Machu Picchu, they have the same houses. The same. What's going on with that? That could be over 1,000 years old, that building right there. The old stuff is preserved on the islands because, you know, away from the Mongols, away from the invaders, you know. Just huge. 1,000-year-old skyscraper. It's just unbelievable. Okay, thank you very much.